Greetings, fellow fort builders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld: The Darkest Ages, episode 43, wrapping up the West Bridge. We are going to continue the West Bridge project, this guy here, in order to have like a defensive entryway to the west as well as the east, and we might do another one at some point, but that's the current plan. We're also hoping to replace a Valka's nose, who's artificial, and we can upgrade to intricate. So we're currently making that. And then Roy's nose as well as a Roy's foot. So there's a bunch of sort of like prosthetics that we have yet to make. We also have the Noceosphere, which is a kind of a dangerous entity to have, as you all might be well aware. So I'm really hoping that we understand how to release the Noceosphere, and then we end up having a raid, maybe like a siege site that we don't intercept, come and then release it upon the raid or something. I don't know. But I'm very worried about that because they're very hard to kill. And the best thing you can do to throw at these things is automated weapons, which do not exist in medieval times, or to use anomaly summonings like flesh beasts and shamblers to sort of summon some chaos to throw at the Noceosphere, but we don't do that either. So as a result, we're sort of stuck praying that there's a way for us to manage this thing. But I'm not totally certain there will be. So, a little worried, little concerned, some concern. John, Canadian, and Roy, thank you for the resubs. The sieges are kind of unfair anyway. I mean, a little bit. But, you know, that's fine. The West Bridge that points north? Yeah, I mean, it enters from the west. That's the thing. There was really no point in having it here, because, like, there's nothing here. I'd rather have it near where, like, the trees are and stuff. Basically, I wanted bridges to allow me to get access to be able to resupply our wood, because I think that's more important than really almost anything else. Oh, and Midnight Kid, thank you for the resub too. And the anniversary resub, no less. I did just notice we have a bunch of, like, sparrows in our base. What could they be eating? This isn't forced open. I don't know what they're eating, but they're not really welcome here, so I'm going to hunt them. So what we're hoping to do is to make some replacement parts for our wounded people. So 2 intricate noses. I'm going to do 1 intricate nose and then a mechanical foot. So mechanical foot is a 90% body part efficiency foot, and Roy has a 91 foot, but it happens to have pain. So I'm hoping to give him the mechanical foot so he's not in pain. And then after we make 1 nose, we'll make the other one. Them's the hopes. It looks to me like this project, it's how much? 10 blocks per, so we are 500-ish, almost a little, maybe more like 600 blocks away from being done, and there's 250 here already. So almost half of the building materials required for the rest of the project. That's not so bad. How much longer for the conversion ceremony? That's a very fair question, that is. I think we could do it right now. So, for those that don't remember, in terms of our ideology, we have Mike, who is Merchant's Way. And Merchant's Way doesn't really jive with us. And then also Sean, who's Merchant's Way. So, by that token, we might need to vote on who gets converted first. Mike or Sean. So we don't believe in imprisonment, which is why we can't do like the whole imprisonment conversion. Sean has conversion loss factor 200%, which makes it a little bit easier to convert him. But the problem is Merchant's Way is a proselytizer. So because Merchant's Way are proselytizing, they're just very challenging to convert anyway. So the poll's up there. I'll give you just like 1 minute to vote on who you think it should be. But Who has higher melee? Mike does. Mike is a brawler. Sean is ranged. Sean doesn't have enough skill to become a dedicated marksman class. Mike could perhaps become. But either way, they've been a little challenging to convert. The other issue, of course, is that the regular old conversion doesn't have a lot of certainty reduction. So Mike only has a 3.7% certainty reduction when using convert. And that's just because of Mike's traits. Mike's, like, too smart. So very hard to convert, in other words. It's been a pain point, to say the least. One of the other things that we're doing is we're using the quote-unquote power, in quotes, because it's not, like, really technically power, but the power that we're generating from, wow, I didn't realize I had so much bioferrite. The power that we're generating from the harvesting of the enemies, and using that power to build a network of detectors. So I'm going to extend the cabling down here so I can stick the detector further out. So what I'm hoping to do eventually is to have detectors in basically every cardinal direction, pretty far, detecting entities well before they come within the vicinity of our base, so that they don't take us by surprise. So that might even be something, and that might eventually look like something like building a granite bridge here and like putting a detector there, because it's very unlikely that invisible entities are going to ford the river without using a bridge that's open. So improving our detection network is another sort of like behind the scenes goal for us. All right, it looks to me like we're going with a Mike conversion. So we have almost a 1 in 5 chance to do an instant conversion of Masterful, but anything short of Masterful is not going to be enough. So this is like just a seasonal, please convert to our ideology type attempt. It's not to say that I'm holding my breath, because I don't think Randy's been that kind to me, but we'll see. It is very strange that you like lay them down on the altar. Well, whatever. Just be strange. I'm okay with it. It looks funnier when the altar is like small. All right, looking at our other resources, we're very low on food. So that's another thing I'm going to need to manage. At the moment, we're doing fine meals with meat and carnivore fine meals. But we have to keep an eye on that because we're not going to want to whittle down our entire meat source. Oh, that sounds like a weird word to say. Our entire meat stockpile, strategic meat stockpile, whatever you want to call it, without, trying to grow it back. Hey, Stash! Thank you for the raid, man. You were playing Terrorbane. I don't know what that is, but I'd love to hear about it. And thank you for the raid and welcome. I hope your Thanksgiving was joyous. At least as joyous as mine. And okay, it was an ineffective conversion ritual. So, oh well. Attempts were made, disappointingly. Cheers. Yeah, for those that don't know, I don't usually stream at this hour. I was just out of town for Thanksgiving and didn't know when I would be back today, so I wasn't home during my normal stream time of 1 p.m. Eastern, so I'm glad I scheduled it later, because I would have missed it. So thank you, traffic. Snowstorm that was between my departure and destination. I love snowstorms. Driving in snow is so much fun. At least it's a little safer to drive in snow up in the north where I live now. Because driving in snow where I used to live in the south was scary. Because people in the south do not know how to drive in snow. Or at least not enough of them. So they get in crashes for like no good reason. And it's frightening as all hell. You might as well just like kiss your butt goodbye levels of incompetency. Blame the raid for the ritual? Nah, I'd never blame Stash for that. Well-intentioned and all. My holiday could have gone better. I got sick. It's been a tradition. My nephew is sick, like, for most of the Thanksgivings that I attend, and then everyone subsequently gets sick as a result. I honestly could have done without it, but it's not up to me, so sick I shall be. I've been getting sick a lot lately. It's because this past school year, since like September or whatever, my kid is in like daycare a few times a week, and daycare cooties is some of the most powerful means to be ill imaginable. Daycare cootie been kicking my butt. Kids are sick magnets. You are correct. Young children are priests of Nurgle. Correct. Indeed. And not only am I sick, my wife is sick, my toddler's sick, and my dog is sick. Unrelated, not the same illness. So it's like a household of sick. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Do not like it. But it is the way it is. You don't think the southern tree sowing zone is allowing sowing? They intentionally was not. In fact, both of the treeing zones were not allowed, and that's because we had run out of rice. So we were quickly trying to spin up the amount of rice that we had sown and stop sowing everything else. But I just turned it back on seeing that the rice had been finished. Echo is the one that's sick. By studying the Nocerosphere, you've learned how to intentionally activate it. When activated, the Nocerosphere will teleport to a remote location of your choice and unleash a barrage of pain on anyone nearby. The Nocerosphere will continue to hunt down anything nearby until it's destroyed or it chooses to return. Select the Nocerosphere to activate it. When it says anyone, it kind of means anyone. It means like it just... So you can send the Nocerosphere out, and you pick who activates it, and you pick the destination, and it's like sending an autonomous drone out to go do some murder, and it's real dangerous because the drone doesn't care who it murders. So I was mentioning this just like 10 minutes ago, but we have to release that thing on a raid that can manage to destroy it, because spoilers here, and I guess I'll turn blue for the spoilers, although Anomaly's been out for a while, so you probably know how it works. The Nocerosphere eventually becomes unmanageable. It doesn't become something that you can suppress, and it will attack your colony. So you need to manage to destroy it through sending it out to combat, or it will destroy you. And needless to say, the Nocerosphere will easily wipe out my entire colony. Like that. Because we have no snowball's chance in hell. We would just have to like get up and move. It'd be bad. So, that's the TLDR of the strategy there. We are getting pretty close to being done with the bridge project. We just have about 400 blocks left to lay. And then the arquebus is to be built down here. And then we'll be able to take a new project. Probably, one thing that I was thinking of is if we did another bridge project, I would probably do like an omnibridge. That's a funny term. But like a bridge like this to the south. Rather than like two more bridges, I'd just do one. And and then remove all the other wooden bridges. So the only way to the island would be one of 3 bridges. So we aren't just making bridges forever. Dom, are you trained enough? You are. Oh, you are already told to haul. Sauna's just got researched. Cool. I'm going to choose for myself. I'm going to choose Devil Strand. Making that my personal choice. Oh, and by the way, Turtle, thank you for the resub, and C to keep as well. Cheers. Alright, Matic, you are almost done with the intricate nose, and Matic himself needs one. So maybe Matic will take the first one, and then I'll have Matic make another one for for Avalka and another one for Roy. Roy probably doesn't need it. In fact, I don't know if Avalka... well, I'll have you guys decide. I don't know if Roy and Avalka need it because they're not really socialites, so I don't know if it really benefits them. Because it really only matters for the person doing the trades, which would be Ginger, and Ginger doesn't need one. Hey, Craig! Thank you for the resub, too. So, why am I not making tea? I had suspended it, but I wasn't sure why I had. So I'm going to unsuspend that. Because there's no need to have leaves decay in my stockpile. Okay, intricate nose is done. We're making the mechanical foot for Roy. Given that he's work driven, I'll probably install the nose once the work drive either is done or the foot is done. I don't want to really, if I install the nose right now, it would use up almost all the time he has left on work drive, which would not be good, I suspect. Another thing that we could consider once we have a little bit more steel is some tool benches. I don't have them yet, but that wouldn't be awful. It'd be nice. Lillian, you have an inspired team with an animals of 7. What does that get us? I do notice that there's some Tyrrells out here. Muffalo, you are a 6. So we could get a Muffalo. A forest owlcat, I don't know what that is. Sounds dangerous. Sounds like something we need to kill. Moves pretty fast. Minimum... Handling skill is only a 2? Let's read it. A strange creature combining the features of a feline and that of an owl. The nimble predator, referred only as owlcats, can be commonly found hunting and nesting in the woodlands. Their long, elegant wings are vestigial and primarily serve in mating season in order to attract new partners or to scare off predators by appearing bigger than they are. Some hunters have taken a liking to owlcats for their ability to quickly track and hunt rodents. Interesting. I would say it is classified as a beast. It is added in with the beast mod rather. So I don't think it's going to be something we're going to be taming. So I'll just tame like a Muffalo and slaughter it. But maybe in the morning I'll send out a hunting crew in order to deal with the beasts that are out there. I don't want them deciding to hunt us instead. Astrobellian Arcmaster, thank you for the resub and Turtle Sandwich too. It's friend-shaped? I mean, you know, bears are friend-shaped. I would say bears are pretty cute, but they, you know, murder you, so. Might be friend-shaped, but I ain't friend. I wonder if Mike and Sean will ever convert. Honestly. They may never. What is the taming requirement for Megasloth? That is a good question. 10. She's a 7, so not high enough. Megasloth is pretty advanced in the scheme of things. But thanks for thinking of it. That would have been a better choice had it been acceptable. I'm mostly just thinking about, like, meat. Because I know that we're whittling down our meat supply as a result of running out of vegetables. But soon that will be remedied because we have rice. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 rice patties. Sourcing our meat demands. Tame a boomalope and milk for chem fuel? I could. My only worry is that the only places we could have a boomalope in our base are pretty close to like all of our crops. And more than likely, something will kill it. Friendly fire, enemy animals, enemies, etc. And then we'll just like set everything on fire. We haven't fully floored everything up yet. So our great halls, our bedroom, our parts of our kitchen, butchery, guest lodging, barns, they're all highly flammable, and having a highly flammable animal that it likes to explode around highly flammable buildings that like to burn, it's probably a dangerous combination in the scheme of things. So I think once Klein gets like a few more hundred granite blocks, we'll switch back over to resources. How's that foot coming? I think it started off as 3K, so we're almost halfway there. Yeah. So we're researching Devil's Strand. I don't really know if and when we'll be able to sew it. Disruptor flares, which we are 23 out of 30. And bioferrite generators, which is 6 out of 40. Interestingly, I have not moved the... Oh, has this not even been made? Oh, hold on, don't do that. I see. We've not yet... All of our constructors have been working on the bridge, so we haven't yet made the bioferrite lines for the motion detectors, or invisibility detectors, or whatever you want to call them. We're definitely going to want to do those soon as well. Slate walls and wooden floors look pretty. I agree. They're not optimum. With that said, like, as long as your walls aren't flammable, floors being flammable is not generally a big problem, because raiders, when they don't have a valid target, will attack your walls. But if your walls are flammable, they'll just set the walls on fire. And then, of course, like, lightning and things, boomalopes, boom rats, etc., flame weapons will set your walls on fire. So as long as your walls don't set on fire, your floors are usually spared. And that has more or less been the case here, more or less. Oh, one other thing. If I recall correctly, I think I installed a mod. Oh, yeah, I did. I installed a mod to allow me to extinguish fires on demand. So we can put the hearths out, so I don't have to have like weird min-maxed heat things. So that was I totally forgot, because it's been like 2 weeks since I installed that mod. But that's one change that I made since last stream. So when the hearths are on fire, we can just hit... Oh crap! Never mind. We can extinguish the campfires. As you can see, extinguish. We can't extinguish the hearths because they're modded. Well, I guess that's not that helpful. Bomber. Bomber, dude. And now we have this hearth stoked for 30 days mid-spring. I guess we'll get hot. Something tells me I should have tested. But, oh well. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. I mean, well, it really depends on the mod. Sometimes mods will do it where, they'll add the ability to do something based upon... And it doesn't matter, I'm not going to get into the code. Roy, how's your character doing? Pretty good. We're working on making you an artificial foot so that your, pain will go away, your 4% pain. Trying to cater to your needs. So it seems like my farmers are done. One of the things I was considering, because we really haven't gotten any glowstool yet, is to like enclose more areas and then grow glowstool. But I think what I'll do is I'll now that the farmers are done, I'll start to grow the outside hay next. And it looks to me like the West Bridge is done. Well, most of it. The last part of this is the arquebuses. And there we go. Once we have those 5 built, the West Bridge will be checked off as finished. So let's get rid of the blocks stockpile because we don't really need it. And then make sure that it has all the required doors and zoning. I'm going to get rid of the red guarding spot. We don't need that right now either. So castle gate, yes. Castle gate, yes. Door, yes. Door, yes. Exit door. And all roofed up. What about a home zone? All right. We're good. That also means that I'm going to get rid of the old bridge. It's no longer needed. I'm going to leave the flagstone here, but I'm going to clean up the outside walls. I'm going to have this be more square, rather than whatever wiggle nonsense it is now. Oh, okay. So this is actually a good thing. There's a siege camp. It's a siege camp that is defended by 2, 4, 6, 12, 19, 24, 25 enemies. If I sally out and meet them. But if I don't, they attack me with a much greater number. I want them to attack me because I have an Oceosphere getting hot and cooking. And I would like to neutralize my Oceosphere. So yeah, absolutely. Carnaby, bring it. Bring it. Come attack me. My body is ready. The other question is how are we doing on chem fuel? Chem fuel's okay. It's not great. It's okay. Our wood could be replenished. I think a lot of that is just a lack of hauling. So what I might want to do is I might want to shadow what my colonists are doing to figure out if there is ways for them to be more productive than what they're currently working on. So Klein, I'm going to set you up as quarrying resources. Actually, I'm going to forbid the quarry because I believe I have a lot of steel. Yeah, 176. I have a lot of steel outside of the base, so we might as well just start hauling it. One of the issues that we're going to have is our brawlers, our armor wearers, can't really leave the island. So they really only will do chores within the constraints of the island, which is to say that they don't do a whole lot normally. Because most of the work, honestly, is bringing timber from outside and hunting. And I did mention that I wanted to hunt, and I guess I meant it, so let's figure out where these things are. So we've got a Tyrol up there, and another Tyrol down there. Let's hunt the northern Tyrol. Yep, there it is. Ooh, I like that. Alright, is there other stuff around? One red fox southeast. Oops. Ooh, Serenity's pregnant. I didn't realize. Okay. That means we're gonna get another Imperial Redhound. That's nice. Red Fox is there. Let's go for the Red Fox next. Now, I highly doubt, because, you know, Red Foxes are too small to attack, like, adults. But we're just gonna hunt them anyway. So where's the Owlcat, then? Yeah, the Owlcat's closest. What kind of leather does it drop? Light leather? Oh, wow. Okay. Brawlers are campers? That they are. Yeah, Terminal Serenity, you're pregnant. Congratulations, you're having a dog. A very big dog. Like Clifford the Big Red. Okay. Hunt group is done. There's only one red fox left. I'm not really particularly worried about a single red fox. So we're going to leave it alone. Really? All of you? No one is going for the hunted game? I'm glad I micromanaged that. So the first of the 5 arquebuses is getting built. This bridge is like very long. So the arquebuses barely meet like halfway up the bridge. But that's probably a good thing. It allows the heat buildup within the bridge to really build up to a fatal level and burn out whatever enemies are coming at us. So it's probably a good thing it's like massive. All right, Ginger just got preached convert back, but I think it's probably best for us to wait the 20 days for the ritual because I don't think the individual conversion is going to matter really at all. Sean's certainty erection is only 16%, and I think he will return back up to full certainty. Maybe we can check. So right now his certainty is 99%, and I'll just hit him with this. I'll even say keep converting Sean, which is to like use it every moment that we got. So he's at 83. Because if we can convert Sean this way, it takes pressure off the rest of the group. But I doubt it will work. Something tells me it won't. Wasn't Clifford the Bitterreg dog the smallest in the litter? Beats me, dude. I had no idea. So Matic is just about done with that foot. And then we will be probably doing 1 surgery at a time. So I will do Matic's surgery first because he's got a shattered nose. So I think what we should do... What is your social? 3, and Ivalka's is 3. I guess it doesn't really matter between the 2 of you. So let's give the nose to you. Although, with that said, your left eye will also be disfigured. So, with that in mind, I'll actually give the better nose to Ivalka, because she will lose her disfigurement when I replace the nose. So it's more bang from a buck. All right, Lillian, you are the doctor in this, so go operate. Make the girl pretty. All right, and as a result of that, we should have the artificial nose. I don't want too many people sedated all at once. So I'm going to wait for Ivalka's anesthesia to kind of like wear off a little bit before I do the next surgery. The other thing I noticed is all of these all these parts are just like laying about the base because I didn't think they're not allowed on the shelves here. So let's put all simple parts on the shelves. In truth, they should probably be in here. So I'm going to put them in the hospital instead. A Gauss sprout. Alright, we also have some pen animals that are getting hungry. A little worried about that because I don't have a lot of food to throw at them. Man. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because I'm out of pemmican. The porcupines are mostly what's hungry there. So I think what I'm going to do is a bit of an extreme thing. I'm going to create area 1 here to put the porcupines in it. See, these are the, what, male porcupines? Yes. So my male porcupines are going to be zoned in area 1 so that they can graze freely outside. And then once I have a little bit more food, I'll put them back in the pen. Because I just simply don't have food for them. So we still have some other hungry pen animals, but like fewer that I need to figure out. food for. And that also means we're going to run out of food here. But yeah, we really didn't do a good job in making sure food was flowing. Obviously. Any ripe berries? They're probably going for grasses, I'd imagine. If we check look at their needs, as you can see, all their needs are met. So they all ate immediately. Whatever there was to eat. Oh, 2 grizzlies. Got it. It's 4 p.m. now, so I might wait till morning to take the grizzlies out. Also, it super looks like Ivanka laid 8 duck eggs while in the hospital. I'm sure that isn't what happened. But there happens to be 8 duck eggs where she had her surgery. So she, like, dumped a clutch. Which doesn't mean what I just said it. Never mind. Animal starvation. Alright. The ducks are sad. So let's put rice, because we're just starting to get a harvest of rice. We'll put our a stack of rice there as a stopgap measure, because I don't need a bunch of ducks dying. That's pretty avoidable. Oh, yeah, I also totally forgot that these guys need to be constantly tamed for tameness, because they're not naturally pets. Which means they... running all the way out there is kind of annoying. Oh well. So these visitors, I just realized, happen to be guests. So let's figure out if we want to try to recruit any of them. There's 4 of them. Volatile chem interest? Yeah, that's a hard no. Careful shooter, but can't shoot? That's a light no? Probably a no. Abrasive, that's a no. Winifred, lazy and gourmand, you have good passions, but that's also a no. And then there's a 5th one. Who is it? Oh no, those are the 4. Okay, yeah, we were not doing any of them. They're all kind of like, forget it. Forget about it. So at this rate, we are now done with the West Bridge. I did want to redesign this here, because this is, like, bad, poorly laid out. So let's square this back up. And then... put a... like an airlock on it. And then what I'll likely do, what material did I use over here? Uranium? Is, poll you guys about what to work on next. But there isn't a lot, there aren't a ton of projects that, like, I'd like to see realized, so I'm a little bit more up in the air for suggestions. There we go. So that's much cleaner. The reason why I'm simplifying this is if we did want vision, if we did have a lot of guards, I can drop a tower here, a guard tower, and it will spot a lot of things easily. All right, Matic, you are idle. If you're idle, that means it is time for an artificial nose. Where is it? Install artificial nose. And Lillian, you're doing the surgery. Don't mess up. Not doing the 3-1 brawler doors? That's a good point. I'll revise it for the 3-1 brawler door. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld: The Darkest Ages, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it. as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Dread Knights.